Hey guys, I'm Props, and today I'm making Commander Gree's Phase 1 helmet from Star Wars. So what you're going to want to do is get some foam templates and then just cut a bunch of darts every few inches or so in them so that they can bend like foam does. I showed you how to do this in both my Hunter helmet build and my Captain Rex helmet build, so check that out if you want a little bit more of an in-depth process. You just glue everything together using hot glue. Make sure to fill in those cuts that we made with some hot glue so that when you go to apply plaster, it doesn't get into those little grooves, because otherwise it's never going to dry in those. Then go through and glue on some big pieces of cardboard along the sides of the helmet just to build up the base of the rest of the helmet besides the dome. I did cut this at a little bit of an angle so that it slopes from the back to the front, and then I cut a dart out and glued in some cardboard in the back just so that it spread out a little bit. And then I went through and traced on a visor pattern and all the cheekbone and indented parts and cut all those out. And then I went through and glued on some cardboard strips. I think they were about 3 inches across, and I just did this all the way across the whole helmet to give it that nice slope that the Phase 1 helmets have. If you want to go more for the 2003 look for the clone helmets, just increase the angle that the pieces of cardboard are coming out, just to give it the more angular look that the 2003 series had. But I'm just going for the Clone Wars and then the Star Wars Phantom Menace and Clone Wars look. You want to use a lot of hot glue, because I did have some trouble when I went to go plaster this, and these weren't glued on super tightly, so they flexed a little too much, and it just caused me a lot of trouble when I was going through and plastering. Then you can go through and glue on the ear details, just cutting those out of some cardboard. I did drill a hole in the sides of them so that they got that little hole detail, and then I went through and cut out the trench that the clone helmets have along the top of the brim, and then just glued in a piece of thin cardboard along the back of that. For all of the cheekbones and stuff, I just did the same thing, gluing in the thin pieces of cardboard behind that. I then went through and spackled the whole helmet. I found this cool color changing spackle, so it changes to white when it's all dry, so that I don't have to accidentally sand wet spackle anymore, because then that just ruins the 2 hours of work that I put into spackling the helmet. I definitely recommend you guys pick this up. I'll see if I can't find the brand name of it. I then went through and sanded it and then painted it with some white primer. You could then go through and give this a clear coat just to give it a nice shine for all of the paint to apply to. Doing the weathering will make it look less gloss, but that's fine. And then I went through and used my airbrush to airbrush on the green stripes and stuff, just using some masking tape to mask those off. And then I used my airbrush again to go through and add some weathering, and then I brushed on some black paint, and I think this turned out pretty good. I didn't do as much sanding as I had done on my Captain Rex helmet, but I definitely think this turned out pretty good. I mean, it's decently accurate, and the colors look really nice. I did recently create a Patreon, so if you guys don't mind supporting me on that, you guys would get early access to videos, as well as more rights to choosing what content I make. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys don't mind subscribing, please do. Let me know what builds you guys want me to make, and I'll try and make those. See you guys next video.